It all started in the year 1757, after the Battle of Plassey, when the Nawab of Bengal surrendered to the East India Company. In 1765, Company was granted all the rights over Bengal and Bihar. This was the starting of the subjugation India faced from that day till the year 1947. Let's look at the timeline of the 200 years of oppression and subjugation India faced from the British. In the year 1757, East India Company won the Battle of Plassey, and in 1764, Battle of Buxar in Bihar. The two wins gave the company the power to collect revenues and appoint its first Governor-General, Warren Hastings. The company then started expanding its dominions in Mumbai, then Bombay, and Chennai, then Madras. After 1765, the company was facing opposition from Marathas. Tipu Sultan and the Sixth East India Company subjugated all these powers to get control over India. Hyder Ali rose to power in Mysore and went on to extend his kingdom up to the Krishna River. He was such a threat to the British that from the year 1767 to 1799, the company compensated 4 wars to destroy his powers. After the First Mysore War, a treaty was signed between the company and Hyder Ali, which said that the company will help Hyder Ali if somebody else attacks him in future. However, the company did not help him when Marathas declared a war on him. This event resulted in more Mysore wars. Involvement of English in the internal politics of the Marathas resulted in the First Anglo-Maratha War. The early years of 1800, the British power grew when the Maratha chief got involved in a bitter strife with one another. The defeat of the Marathas in the Anglo-Maratha Wars was the result of the Marathas failing to unite with each other. In 1845, after Ranjit Singh's death in Punjab, Englishmen attempted to extend their powers at the borders. This resulted in the First Anglo-Sikh War. In the year 1848, Lord Dalhousie arrived in India as the Governor-General. 2 other developments in the 1800s led to growing unrest among Indians. One was the growing number of Christian missionaries coming to India to preach Christianity, which clashed with the beliefs of the Hindus and the strong beliefs of Indian Muslims. The 1857 Great India Mutiny came to a head at this time. Muslim troops thought pig grease was being used in the bullet cartridges, while Hindu troops thought the British were using grease from cows, which they hold sacred. This resulted in a serious rebellion. Britain ruled about 60% of Indians directly and the other 40% indirectly through native princes who followed British policies. With time, the East India Company increased its powers and started to administer the country. In 1940, they set up Tata Iron Works, which was the world's largest iron factory. They continued developing India with railroad and telegraph lines. However, its policies were disliked by Indians and together they revolted against the company. This led to the downfall of the company and the administration of India went directly under the Queen. By mid-19th century, the British introduced the railways, telegraph and postal service in India. The British passed many acts, but every time they passed a bill, it was met with dissatisfaction from the Indians. It was then the leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru and others rose to protest openly against the British rule in India. World War I and World War II pushed India's chances for independence, since the British relied heavily on Indian forces. 2 years after the World War II ended, the British granted India its independence on August 15, 1947.